Your participation in any activity is at your own risk. Any equipment you choose to use to learn, play, or participate in any fencing activity is your choice and responsibility, and you assume your own risk or risk to any participants. The All-American Fencing Academy and/or USA Fencing are not liable or responsible to any injuries or damages that may occur as a result of your participation, to those around you or to any of your surroundings. We emphasize that you always exercise and observe safety by wearing safety goggles if using PEX do-it-yourself fencing weapons, and wear complete fencing safety gear if using standard fencing equipment. Never practice or teach fencing with fencing weapons without both participants wearing a mask, jacket, plastron, and glove. How to Teach Beginner Fencing, Part 5. In this section, you'll be giving a basic lesson in student decision making. The student will have to determine the appropriate attack based on the coach's cue. We will do this without movement and with movement, advances and retreats. We'll also have a lesson demonstration with fencing gear.
The last thing we're going to cover is decision-making skills, okay? So the last lesson you can give them on guard, the two decisions that they're going to have to make is either to just extend or extend and lunge. You have to be able to tell them which one you want them to do. So if you want them to just extend, you're going to be engaged in 6 once again. You're always going to remove the blade, give them the cue. The first thing that they should always do is extend. That's the important part here. Recover. So while I'm removing my blade, if I want them to just extend and hit, I'm going to take a step forward. Just like that. Once again, if I want him to just extend, as I'm removing the blade, I'm taking a step forward. Otherwise, if I don't take a step forward, I remove the blade and I'm not going anywhere, he's going to know I have to lunge. So you don't want your fencer to have to guess what you're doing. You're going to be able to tell them what they're going to do. So if I extend and take a step forward, he's always going to extend first, and if he hits, he stops right there. I stay where I am, I don't move anywhere, I remove the weapon, he extends first, he didn't hit, so now he knows he has to lunge, recover the weapon. Good. Good, I didn't go anywhere, he extended first and then he went. I took a step forward while I'm opening up, and he just extended. Now we can do the same thing with a little bit of movement. So the exercise that we did before of keeping distance, moving back and forth, we can do this. But the important part is, if you want them to extend and hit you, you've got to release the weapon first and take a step forward at the same time. Otherwise, if you take a step forward, then release, they're going to want to retreat. And I'll show you that. So the last exercise you can do with them is keeping distance and creating some decision making. Good. So all we're doing is moving back and forth, not super fast like before. If I want him to just extend, I'm going to release first and take a step forward while I'm releasing. He knows there's a release, I can extend, and then he hits me as I'm going forward. If we're doing it moving back and forth, and I take a step forward, then release, he's had taken a step back, and he's in the distance where he probably needs to lunge. So I don't want you to do that. If you want them to extend, make sure you release, then take a step forward, or while you're taking a step forward. If you want them to lunge, we're moving back and forth. Release the weapon, he extends first, and then you lunge. Ready? Release first, then you lunge. Ready? So, you don't have to go really far. If you've got a large amount of space, you can go a little bit further. I usually give them about 2 to 3 steps before I give them an opening. So a quick review with the practice weapons: practice keeping distance first. Practice giving them just extensions. Practice giving them extensions and an advance. Practice extensions with lunges. Then practice giving them decision making, standing still. Then practice giving them decision making while there's movement. And don't forget to wear your eye protection. Now we're going to review how to do this with full weapons. All right. If you bought the kit from absolutefencinggear.com, make sure you're wearing the full set. No substitutions. So whenever you're practicing, always have full protective equipment on. Your mask, your jacket, your glove, and your weapon. And if you're female, make sure you have your chest guard. And both male and female, make sure you have the plastron, the jacket underneath. Okay? So no exceptions, always be safe. So we're going to cover the same exercises with this belt. She's going to go to on guard. She's on guard in 6. First exercise we covered with Gabe was just keeping distance. So she's on guard in 6. I'm engaging in 6. She's going to keep it there. She's just going to move with me. Good. Next exercises was extensions. She stays where she is. We're going to fix this just a tad bit. I release the weapon. Good. Her hand should be slightly above her shoulder, point facing toward target. Arm stays straight, the weapon bends. Relax and recover. So these weapons are a little bit more stiffer than the do-it-yourself weapons. So you got to really make sure that the arm stays straight and the weapon does bend. You want to make sure that when they hit, the arm doesn't bend. Ready? Recover. Extend. Stay there. When they hit, the arm doesn't bend back like that. Ready? So let's watch Isabel do that. Ready? Extend. Boom. Some fencers will let the arm come back. Ready? Isabel will do it incorrectly. Extend. When it gets hit, the arm recovers. We don't want that. So the extension, I take a step forward. Arm still high, weapon bends. On guard. Now the extension with the advance. So let's set our distance, extend. That's our extension distance. So we're going to stay there. I'm going to take a step back where she can't hit me. She's going to recover back to 6. Extend first, advance. Good. Relax, recover. Good. Extend first. Good. She can't hit. Advance. Good. Stay right there. Make sure the arm stays straight. Make sure they don't take a big step forward. Recover the arm only. Good. Take a retreat back. Back to where she started from. Extend. Make sure that she still can't hit. Advance. Good. That's a better advance. Relax, recover the arm and retreat. Good. So about 10 of those. Now the lunges. We're going to set up that extension distance. Good. That's our extension distance. That's our extension and advance distance. Okay, she's going to recover. I know she can lunge pretty far, so I know my fencer, I can go a little bit further. Ready? On guard in 6. I give her the cue of releasing the weapon. She's going to extend first, like always. She's going to lunge forward. She picked up her toe. She can lunge pretty far. Knee is above the ankle, back leg is straight, back arm is out. Hand is slightly above the shoulder. Weapon is bending. Good. Recover the arm. Back to on guard. Good. Extend and lunge. Good. Recover the arm. Back to on guard. She'll do it all at once. Engage. Go. Recover the arm. Back to on guard. Good. Now let's add some movement or some decision making. On guard. So first, we're going to add decision making. She's not going to go anywhere. She either has to extend or extend and lunge. Good. Back to on guard. So if you want her to extend, as you're releasing the weapon, you are taking a step forward. Arm is always high. Good. If you want her to lunge, release the weapon, make sure that they extend first, and then they lunge. Ready? Back to on guard. So once again, we'll go step by step. Make sure they extend first, then they can lunge. Good. Back to on guard. So now we're going to have her make that decision on her own. Good. Make sure they extend first before they go. Good. Back to on guard. Sometimes when they lunge, that back foot slides forward. If they do that and they recover and you find that they're too close, go ahead and have them reset distance. So watch Isabel. This time, as she lunges, she's going to slide that back forward a little bit. Good. See how it slid forward a little bit? That's okay. It happens. When they recover, make sure that they recover that distance back to lunge distance. So if you have to reset it, find your extension, go ahead and take a step back. Now you're back to lunge distance. But ideally, you don't want that back foot sliding forward. Let it stay back there. Recover. Extend and lunge. Good. Back to on guard. Good. And don't be afraid to tell them what they need to do. Sometimes I do that myself. Extend. So if they're having difficulty trying to figure out what they need to do, extend. Just tell them. Extend and lunge. Good. Back to on guard. Now we're going to add movement to that. Nice and easy. Not fast. About 1 Mississippi between each step. I let go. I take a step forward. She just extends. I let go. I don't go anywhere. She extends and lunges. The important part here is always making sure they extend and lunge. Good. Back to on guard. I'll give her one more. Good. Very good. So that's the end of the lessons. So just like we learned before, we have to salute at the end of a lesson. Salute to yourself and go down and out. Now, in this part, we're holding our masks, so we're going to move it over to the other side. And you're going to shake hands with the opposite hand. All right? Now, a little bit of background, because it's right before all the COVID-19 stay-at-home policies or social distancing. We usually shake hands at the end of lessons or the end of a bout. In this case, a lot of the competitions now have removed shaking hands and they've been doing elbow bumps, which is what they're accepting now. But in a lesson, especially in the household, you can shake hands if it's your own student. We hope you enjoyed that. Stay healthy, stay safe, and we'll see you next time.
Review. Practice 10 different attacks utilizing decision-making cues without movement. Then, practice 10 different attacks utilizing decision-making cues with movement in between, advances and retreats.